It has to be, yes.
Because if you eat it raw,
It's not going to digest
No.
properly. Yeah, that's
And
absolutely.
a broccoli is a hybrid though.
Yeah,
It's a hybrid.
Yeah.
That's why. But
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
That's a different
absolutely.
conversation.
Yeah, that's a different conversation for a different day.
Yeah.
Yes. So we'll talk about calcium.
So,
Vegetarians that include dairy foods can get plenty of calcium by eating these foods. So these are some of the foods that are high in calcium. But what if you don't eat dairy products? Which other foods contain calcium? Some examples of foods that are good sources of calcium are green leafy vegetables such as kale, which you said, collards, mustards, turnip greens, broccoli, bok choy, dried beans, tofu, sesame seeds, and orange juice fortified with calcium.
lactose intolerance. Is anybody here lactose intolerant? All right. Now, it's interesting because one of the reasons why we put this particular slide in the presentation is because we wanted to make the connection of really focusing on plant-based sources of all of the foods that you eat, as well as the milk that you ingest. And particularly because of the fact that there are so many people who are lactose intolerant. Now, in our population, in the African American population, that 75% of people are lactose intolerant. That's a lot. The Asian population has 90% of lactose intolerant. Now, lactose intolerant is essentially our inability to digest lactose. Lactose is the sugar that is contained in dairy products. And individuals who have lactose intolerant, they consume milk, they have stomach aches, they get diarrhea, they get bloating, all uncomfortable types of symptoms. One of my cousins is lactose intolerant. I can remember years ago, she was very, very strict with her lactose intolerant, except when one of my aunts would make her macaroni and cheese. My aunt made a slamming macaroni and cheese, and she would be like, oh my God, I can't help it. I gotta have my Dani's this macaroni and cheese. So she would have the macaroni and cheese, and then like sure enough, on the clock, like half an hour later, she'd be running to the bathroom. Run. And these are some of the things that unfortunately many people put themselves through. Why put yourself through that? Go with a plant-based source of a milk substitute. I think that that's the best route. Vitamin D. Now, vitamin D is known as the sunshine vitamin, and it's fortified in a lot of dairy foods. But if you are lactose intolerant, like I just mentioned, you're not going to take any dairy foods. So what you're going to do, you're going to get a vitamin D supplement. And with vitamin D, the recommended amount of vitamin D is 1,000 IUs. IU stands for international units. All right? So 1,000 IUs, this is the one I use. All right? Y'all like that wordplay, right? So yeah, you just take this, you spray it in your mouth, you spray it under the tongue. You got your vitamin D for the day. All right? And
What does that taste like?
it tastes good. It tastes good. Yeah.
Does it taste like kale? Because mine can't do it.
No, it doesn't. I promise you. I promise you, it doesn't taste like kale. In fact, this is organic. It's certified USDA organic. It's gluten free. It's non-GMO. All right. It's vegan, and these are the ones I like. That's what I like. I like my supplements to be.